This presentation uses redundant audio and video for the benefit of all, including the blind or deaf. In this segment, there are two parts. Part 1, two fundamental natures. In Part 2, some practical tips regarding source orientation. When we are done, we should have an awareness of the two fundamental natures and a few practical things we can do to orient ourselves to or with our source nature. Part 1, two fundamental natures. We may know that source and cosmos are distinct or different. Source and cosmos are defined and discussed along with contextual matter in the orientation video. How are they distinct or different? Source is the creator, and the cosmos is its creation. And like Alexander Graham Bell is distinct or different from his telephone creation, so is source distinct or different from its creation, that is, the cosmos, or creation, or the universe. Source is not its creation, yet source has its creation, and source involves itself with its creation in accord with the purpose of creating it, that is, creating an experiential construct. The essential purpose of every creation involves experience provided of the creation. Also, the nature of the creator and the nature of the creation are different or distinct. Like the nature of Alexander Graham Bell, creator, is not the nature of his creation, and as the nature of Thomas Alva Edison, creator, is not the nature of his creation. Source nature and cosmos nature are not the same. Source, cosmos, and nature are defined and discussed in the orientation video. When we observe the telephone creation, we are not observing its creator, Alexander Graham Bell. When we observe the light bulb creation, we are not observing its creator, Thomas Alva Edison. Likewise, when we observe the cosmos, we are not observing its creator, source. And when we go or get back to nature in or of the cosmos, we're not going or getting back to source, including our own source essence and its source nature. Let's consider the words orient, orienting, and orientation. Orient. Originally, regarding the direction east and taking one's bearings. For example, by finding or facing east, rising sun, one would find or make one's way. Orient, or orienting. Currently, regarding one having and using a reference and process in finding and making one's way. Orientation. The state of being, involving one's reference, process, and effects regarding one's direction and making one's way. When we orient to nature, in or of the cosmos, we are not orienting to source, or our own source essence and its source nature. And when we spend time in nature, in or of the cosmos, we are not orienting to source, or our own source essence and its source nature. When we spend time in nature, in or of the cosmos, we are simply lessening the cosmic clutter, for example, social and technological, of our experience in the cosmos, and this can be helpful. And when we orient to the cosmos nature, including its cosmos consciousness and cosmic or universal mind, we are not orienting to our source nature and its source consciousness and source mind. Source consciousness is part of the source nature, and cosmos consciousness and cosmic universal mind and cosmic thinking and cosmic intelligence are part of the cosmos nature involving coloration. Among other things, source consciousness, cosmos consciousness, and coloration are defined and discussed in the orientation video. Note, All of us that do not know the content of the orientation video are missing context of this and subsequent segments and may not fully comprehend the content of this segment or subsequent segments. Because of the cosmos nature and its coloration, the pureness, completeness, light, and consciousness of source nature, including source truth, are hidden, obscured, veiled, clouded, or closed from cosmos consciousness and its cosmic or universal mind and thinking. Here is a graphic illustrating the difference between source nature involving light and the cosmos nature involving its coloration. Or source is light, illumination, and the cosmos is coloration that obscures, hides, veils, clouds, source, and source nature. Like this creation does not disclose, reveal the nature of its creator. And this creation does not disclose or reveal the nature of its creator. This creation does not disclose or reveal the nature of its creator. Source uses cosmos coloration involving differences between source and its creation to the extent of the experiential purposes of source regarding its created thing cosmos. Among the joys of our cosmos experience involving our source essence and cosmic coloration is that of discovering that the truth of our essential being is source, involving our source essence with its source nature, involving 100% pure and complete source light and 0% coloration. For source essence beings within the cosmos experience, we have the choice of our orientation, which also affects what we manifest and experience. And either choice is okay. Having such awareness or knowing what is our individual choice of orientation, way of being, and experience. Do we choose more truth of source nature and its light in our experience, or more untruth of cosmos nature and its tricky coloration in our experience? In the orientation video, we looked at and discussed a report of Thomas Williams regarding other beings of the cosmos threatening the destruction of the planet and us if we do not soon get our human act together. In the orientation video, we also looked at and discussed a true story evidencing a demonstration of our innate solution and hero abilities of altering creation within only very few seconds. With source orientation, bringing to bear our source nature with our innate solution and hero abilities in our cosmos experience, we may recreate ourselves and our direction, path, and rate of progression within a very short period of the ticking cosmic clock. That relies entirely upon our sovereignty, choice, our willingness to shed and replace our false beliefs with source truth regarding ourselves and the cosmos, and our perseverance regarding our choice and progression. Part 2. Some practical tips regarding source orientation. 1. Be aware that there are two fundamental natures, source nature and cosmos nature. 2. Be aware that the two fundamental natures are distinct, different. Number 3, be aware that orienting to nature of the cosmos is orienting to the nature of the created thing and not source, or our source essence. 4, be aware that orienting to cosmos nature incurs cosmos coloration and the dark experiential effects thereof. Number 5, be aware that orienting to source nature incurs source light and its truth and the light experiential effects thereof. Number 6, be aware that orienting to or with source nature is also orienting to or with source consciousness, not cosmos consciousness or cosmic or universal mind. This does not mean that the cosmic or universal mind is doing anything other than what it is designed to do with its coloration. 7. Remember or view the orientation video and confirm or find the part of our experiential anatomy that is our source organ in our cosmos body experience. Hint: it's not the brain or third eye. 8. Continuously be aware of our focus and orientation in our cosmic experience. In this matter, practice answering this for ourselves. Am I looking outside myself to discover and know my essential being and my path in my cosmos experience? Or am I looking inside and relying on my source essence and source nature? 9. Be aware that our choice of orientation is part of our sovereignty, and our choice for either source orientation or cosmos orientation is okay, yet our choice affects or creates the nature of our experience, manifestation, and progression. We have considered the two fundamental natures, source nature and cosmos nature, and we have considered some tips regarding how we may orient ourselves to or with our source nature such that we enjoy source orientation in our progression. Together we rise. This segment, F1S1, has been regarding two fundamental natures. Next segment, F1S2, is regarding two fundamental consciousnesses. You may notice that this flow and use of segments is in accord with the orientation video. Multiple and complete viewings of these segments will aid more complete comprehension. Email any questions or comments to scu.nicemail@gmail.com. By the way, thank you all very much for the positive responses to the orientation video. Please share this with your social circle and support this communication with a like and subscribe. This Tim Pledger, the source and author, is solely and completely responsible regarding this presentation, a message and gift of disclosure. And you, the hearer or viewer, are solely and completely responsible regarding what you do or do not do with it, and the effects that you so create.